Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Hope you're all having a great week. This week in Wednesday Wisdom, we're going through 1 Corinthians 10. One thing that really stuck out when I was reading through this was learning from your past and living for today. You see, when Paul was writing Corinthians, he was writing to a group who thought they were spiritually strong, who thought they were confident and experienced. But Paul gave them multiple warnings about Israel's history. And it made me think about in the Old Testament how many times God would come give people messages, they would turn their back, and bad things would happen, but they would still come back to Christ. And really made me think about your heart. And when your heart's hard, you're going to turn away from Christ. And you're going to drift away. And then the other thing that really stuck out to me was being around God's truth isn't the same as living it. Just like the people he was preaching to, writing the letter to, they thought they knew it all. They thought they had everything figured out. You see, we can, just like with our hearts, we can go through the motions and get caught up in just a checklist, living our life as Christians. And just go through, yeah, I prayed, yes, I did that, but are we actually doing what we're called to do as Christians? And I'll admit I've done that. And I've got to step back and usually realign my priorities, put Christ first, and work everything down from there. And once I get my priorities back in, I feel everything calm back down with Christ as the center. One passage that really stuck out to me going through here, and I'm going to read it for you guys. I'm going to pull my Bible out and read it. I'm going to go from 12 to 14. If you think you are standing strong, be careful not to fall. The temptations in life are no different from what others have experienced. And God is faithful. He will not allow the temptations to be more than you can handle. When you are tempted, He will show you a way out that you can endure. So, my friends, flee from the worship of idols. So, there's a lot right there to unpack. And I'm going to try to do it as quick and try to hit a lot of it. And then we'll continue on. But 12 is about pride. And I think we all have a pride issue. I know at times I can be very prideful, and sometimes I need to be humble. But the idols and temptations, I'll go with temptations. You know, God is faithful. He's, just like it said, He's never gonna give you more than you can be tempted with. And God's always going to offer you a way out of your temptation. Sometimes you just got to accept it and take it, and just not be prideful and looking past it. Yeah, there's just a lot. You know, as far as the temptations, you got idols, and it comes down to the other thing I thought about, who are you really serving? Goes back to Matthew 6:24. No one can serve two masters. And I think a lot of times we get caught up in serving two masters. we idolize stuff. It could be as simple as a cell phone right here at night, just scrolling through, looking at videos or, Facebook, whatever. It could be money, it could be lust, it could be success, it could just be control. And we'll get so caught up in it, and we lose sight of what we're supposed to be really doing as Christians. So I'm going to jump down to 31, because God gives us hope in all of this at the end. So whatever you do, whatever you eat or drink, or whatever you do it all in the glory of God. At the end of the day, whatever we do, whether it's work, being a husband, a father, a teammate, we've got to just all hand it over and do our best. Do it for the glory of God. Show that person who's not a believer what a Christian looks like, what a true, authentic Christian looks like. So I'll leave you on this little note. Just stay humble. Pay attention to the small things. Don't assume you're above failing and falling. Look for ways out when you're tempted, and live each day with one goal. And that's to honor God in everything you do. God bless, and have a great week.